wondrous the work of the Son. How sweet is the Spirit given to us. How great is the greatness of God.
Good morning, church. Welcome on this beautiful day. I realize I always talk about weather when I get up here. I can't help it. But if this is your first time here in person at our church, I am going to suggest that you stop out at our Welcome Center on the one side of our commons and meet Jody, who is our Connections Director, and she has a little gift for you, a cup filled with some goodies that talk about what we are doing here in our church. Next Sunday is November 3rd. It's November already. That's really hard to grasp in my mind. But November 3rd, we are starting our craft sale. And then the following Sunday, we will do it again to try to raise some more funds there. But all of the proceeds that we make at that are donated to our Operation Christmas Child shipping costs. So anything that comes in, there's a lot of items that are donated that are great for gifts, that are great just for household knickknacks, and there's typically some food or snacks that are there. We're going to use that because we have Operation Christmas Child coming up soon that we need to raise a large amount of money for, probably. On November 2nd, which is next Saturday, is the men's breakfast. They're going to be meeting here down the hallway in the youth room at 8 a.m. You don't need to RSVP for that, but if you have questions about that, there should be more information in your bulletin. On Saturday, same day, next Saturday, we are having the Fall Family Fun Fest, which is going to be at someone's house, not here at church, so don't show up here, we won't be here. But that is from 4 to 8. We're going to have a lot of outdoor fun, games, they're having food, but really the information and the contacts, who you can contact if you have questions, their address, everything else you're gonna need to know is in your bulletin. As many of you saw out in the comments already, we are selling t-shirts. You guys have been asking. We have finally followed through and got some shirts. So what we have on the table is what we have in stock right now, but we plan to make an order right away to get more on hand. So we are selling green and blue. They are I really like them. They're soft shirts, the same shirts that we've used like in children's and Awana and such, so they're a softer, lighter weight shirt. But the two colors we have are not what we're bound to, so if you decide that you want fluorescent yellow, you can order a fluorescent yellow. It doesn't matter what color it is, we just order it at one time and we get the same pricing as long as we do it in a bulk order altogether. But talk to Heather about that out in the comments if you have questions about it. And then if there's anything else that is going on here, check out our website. We try to keep it updated with everything that we have up and coming. So you can check that out at buffalofree.org or in your bulletins that you received at the door or in your email with those digital bulletins.
My name is Kelly Barris, and I'm the founder of Wrapped in Love. Our mission here at Wrapped in Love is to provide clothing free of charge to children in foster care. We also serve children who are in kinship care, which means they are with grandparents, usually grandparents or an aunt or an uncle. We also serve those that have been adopted, because to me, all of those are people who care so much about children and are really providing a safe place for them, so why wouldn't we include them as well? Wrapped in Love was started because of my first experience with a foster child. He was failing school and really wanted to be in sports. And so we told him that if you can get your grades to passing, you can join any sport you want. As a mom of 3 boys, this just felt like the natural thing that you would do for your child. And so it was all the motivation he needed, and he was soon not just passing, but on the honor roll. And so he came home with a basketball registration and kind of shyly handed it to me, saying that he needed basketball shoes. And so, like I've done with my own boys, I said, let's get in the car, and we drove to the outlet mall, and I pulled in front of Nike. And I hopped out of the car and turned around, and he was still sitting in the car. And when I turned around, I came and sat back down, and I could see a tear going down his cheek. And as a first foster mom, I was a little unsure of what to say or do. And so I just said a quick prayer and then just said, you know, this is new to me too. And I'm nervous about being a foster mom. So can we talk about this? And can you tell me why I can tell you're upset? And his comment to me was, I can't believe you're gonna buy me a new pair of shoes. And I sat there dumbfounded. I could not believe that it would bring a teen boy to tears to get something that we just normally all do for our children. So that was the first realization of what these children go through. How Wrapped in Love got started is I was shopping for 2 of my foster boys at a clothing store that my nephew owns. And he was having a great sale. And I commented to him that I really appreciated the fact that I could get such a good deal, because clothing, to constantly clothe teen boys that grow, you could watch them grow. And it's just a need in the foster care system. It's such an expense. And his comment was, after today, it all gets boxed up, and I wish I knew a better place for this clothing to go. And so I stood there and said, are you kidding me? You just give this all away? And he said, yeah, every 3 months they purge. And so I told him, I know exactly where these clothes need to go. I just don't have any idea how I'm going to do it. But these kids in foster care need your clothes. And so that's how it started. And I started collecting every 3 months about 30 garbage bags of clothes from him in my basement until I could figure out how to start a nonprofit. I believe we are a much needed resource here in Wright County. When I became a foster parent and realized most children show up with little to nothing, or what they have doesn't fit them the way it should, it was just an eye-opener. I don't think most of us realize the need here. These are our children. These are the kids in our community that go to school with our kids, play sports with our kids, and there's a hole in the system. And so it needed to be fixed. And that's how this started. And we are making a difference. Kids are able to shop, pick out whatever they need. The fun part is, in my experience, the kiddos that I had never shopped ever, and they don't even know how to shop. And so it's really fun to bring them to their section of clothes and show them the brand name things that we have and the things that they see kids in school wear. It's just amazing. A lot of times kids come when they're first pulled out of their homes. And so they walk in sad, mad, upset, scared. And I just look at them as if they were my kid, and how I would hope that after this kind of trauma, that there would be somebody that would brighten their day, help them along this unknown. I have not paid for one thing in this store. Every clothing, every hanger, the clothing racks, the wood to build, the shelving, everything has been donated by the people who are caring about these children. And I love to tell them that before they even walk into the store. I always tell them to look around. I didn't pay for anything here. This is all for you. And so I hope we can at least be a little bright of sunshine to them when they first come in. And so it's just our mission to connect those in foster care with the community so that we can help supply the needs of these children. And if we can give some sort of control back to these kids who are in a situation where they have no say, that's important here too. We just want to wrap them not only in clothes, but wrap them in love, which is what our name is about.
Good morning. My name is Kelly Barris, and I'm here on behalf of God's store here in Wright County called Wrapped in Love. And the reason I call it God's store is because in the year 2020, God had asked me to sign a 2-year lease on a building that we had no funding in place for yet. Now, you all remember what happened in 2020. Many businesses were shutting down. And here God was asking me to start a nonprofit at that time. It has been an incredible experience. I have so many stories that I could share about how God has provided for children in foster care and provided for Wrapped in Love. Part of what we do is all volunteer-based. None of us get paid, and so we rely on those of you, many from this church, who have supported us by praying for Wrapped in Love, by bringing in your clothing donations, and by serving, volunteering, and your wonderful missions team here who supports us financially on a regular basis. This is how it works. There is no money involved. We don't sell anything. God just laid it on my heart. If people are willing to donate, then we donate back. And I just feel this should